Let's be honest, choosing a mutual fund in India can feel like finding a needle in a haystack. There are over 1,500 schemes, each with different strategies, risks, and returns. If you have ever opened a fact sheet, you know how overwhelming the numbers can get. But here's the good news, you don't need to master every ratio or formula. There are three trusted sources that have already done the heavy lifting for you. Let's break down how they rate funds and how you can use their ratings to cut through the noise and invest smart. Welcome to Ultra Profits. I help my audience build life-changing wealth by investing for returns that beat the average and defy expectations. Stay till the end because I'm going to give you detailed and clear steps on using the three rating sources to identify the best fund. First up is Value Research, one of the most popular platforms in India for mutual fund ratings. They give a 5 scale rating to the mutual funds. It is available in a single convenient page. It also gives many other stats on returns, risks, expense ratios, etc. Now let's see how do they come up with the star rating. They use a straightforward quantitative methodology that combines two key aspects, risk and returns. Their rating is a composite score reflecting a fund's risk-adjusted performance over time. The formula considers downside risk, basically how much a fund loses relative to the risk, and compares returns against peers in the same category. For the return score, they assign a 60% rating to the 5-year score and 40% to the 3-year score to arrive at an aggregate score. The risk score and the return score is combined. Then the top 10% get 5 stars, next 22.5% get 4 stars, and so on. The result? A star rating that clearly shows how a fund has performed historically relative to similar funds without subjective bias. Next, let's talk about Crisil, a renowned credit rating agency that also rates mutual funds. They give a relative ranking. Rank 1 are the best funds, rank 2 is the next best, and so on. They provide fund category filters for us to see the ranks. Now let's see how they arrive at these ranks. Crisil's methodology focuses on both the fund's NAV performance and portfolio characteristics such as credit quality and liquidity, especially important for debt funds. The highlight of their methodology is that they consider portfolio quality attributes such as industry concentration, liquidity, etc. Now, rank 1 means top 10% in its category, rank 2 means the next 20%, and so on. They compare funds within peer groups using global best practices, evaluating consistency, risk, and performance. If a fund is Crisil rank 1 or 2, it's among the strongest performers in its category. Finally is Morningstar, a global name with a strong presence in India as well. Morningstar provides two kinds of analysis. First one is the medalist rating, which spans across gold, silver, bronze, neutral, and negative. Second is a star rating. Let's see how each of these are arrived. First is the medalist rating. The Morningstar medalist rating for funds denotes the net alpha that the fund is expected to generate considering the expense ratio. Gold rated funds, for example, are expected to deliver positive net alpha versus the category index that ranks among the top 15% of all active investments in the Morningstar category, expected to generate positive net alpha. Silver is next 35% and so on. How do they predict this future performance? They evaluate it on three pillars: people, parent, and process. Next is the star rating. This is based on the risk adjusted returns and similar to the value research methodology, but with a key difference. It also takes into account the 10-year performance. This concludes all three sources, their ratings and their methodologies. their methodologies are complex. So it is okay if you don't understand the calculations. They have done the hard work for us and we can use their ratings. Secondly, this discussion was only to provide a quick summary of the sources and the reason behind their credibility. It is not a comparison of which source has better methodology. Now, how do we use the ratings? First, pick a fund category based on your goals, time horizon, and risk appetite. For example, for shorter duration, few months to 1 year, pick a liquid fund. For slightly longer term, say 5 years, pick a hybrid fund. Pick pure equity categories for 7, 10 years or greater. After you have shortlisted the categories, select the top rated funds from the three sources. A single fund may not necessarily be top rated in all three sources, but in general, when a fund appears in the most sources, you have likely found a strong candidate. It is sort of a validation. Finally, check how it fits along with your existing funds on the investing style or fund house. Ensure that you diversify sufficiently on those two parameters. I've created an example for small cap funds. This is as of September 2025, but whenever you're starting an investment, do this analysis with the latest list for that category. First, I've selected the 5-star small cap funds in value research. It has 3 funds: Bandhan Small Cap, Investco India Small Cap, Nippon India Small Cap. Second is Crisil. These are rank 1 small cap funds, Bandhan and ITI Small Cap. For Morningstar, I've selected the gold rated funds. There are 3: SBI Small Cap, Edelweiss Small Cap, Quant Small Cap. As you see, all these are top rated funds in the respective sources. Now to shortlist a fund, we can identify the fund which appears in multiple sources. That is Bandhan Small Cap in this case. If for some reason you cannot find a common fund, then you can go to the next level. 4 stars in value research, rank 2 in Crisil, etc., and use it for shortlisting. So instead of being paralyzed by endless choices, let these 3 trusted sources guide you. Use ratings smartly, shortlist confidently, and invest with clarity. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more investing insights. Thank you.